Melanated Morning Show with DJ Kid Disco and co-host Cinda Williams. Grown Folks Radio. WGFB-FM Radio.
So are you ready?
Yeah. How it used to be. Something for everyone. 24/7, 365.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
For the health and safety of our guests and team members, we're here for you. That means frequently deep cleaning our stores and wiping down carts and baskets after each use, reserving dedicated shopping hours for our most vulnerable guests, providing masks and gloves to our team members, and offering contactless shopping options through the Target app, like Drive Up and same-day delivery. We are here for you now more than ever, and your health and safety is our highest priority. Learn more at target.com/a bullseye-view.
New Dunkin' Refreshers. Vibrant fruit flavors like strawberry, dragon fruit, and peach passion fruit. B vitamins and energy from green tea. All under 200 calories. Order ahead via the Dunkin' app for a contactless way to order, pay, and pick up in the drive-thru. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Amazon is hiring near you. Earn a competitive wage and start as soon as 7 days. No resume or experience required. Health and safety are a top priority with all of Amazon's roles and sites. Amazon is taking precautions in their buildings to keep people healthy. Go to amazon.com/apply. That's amazon.com/apply. Amazon is an equal opportunity employer.
Hey everybody, it is Shelly Shell Williams, host of Single on a Saturday Night. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at Single on a Saturday Night TV. That's at Single on a Saturday Night TV. Follow us on Instagram and we'll follow back. Hey everybody, it's Shelly Shell Williams, Philly's Oprah, executive producer of Urban Expressions, Single on a Saturday Night, but I am a business, social media, and media coach. And if you're looking to show up on social media with a purpose, I have a course for you. Have you been struggling as an entrepreneur trying to figure out how to get people to engage, how to get people to buy, how to get people just to see you on social media? I have just a course for you. Please go to ShellyShellWilliams.com to find out more.
WGFB-FM Radio.
So are you ready?
Yeah. How it used to be. Something for everyone. 24/7, 365.
Yo, what's good? This is Tracy Lee, and you already know I gets down with the get down, man. Grown Folks Radio all day.
Hi, everybody. This is Cinda Williams, and I am the co-host of the Melanated Morning Show and the host of the PPC Radio Show. And you are listening to Grown Folks Radio.
The Melanated Morning Show with DJ Kid Disco and co-host Cinda Williams.
Good morning. This is the Melanated Morning Show. Good morning.
Hello. I'm in a good mood. How about you?
First of all, happy 420 day, which was yesterday, but I wasn't on the air. But happy 420 day to y'all. And happy 421 day. For those who don't know what 421 day, that's the surprise drug test after you celebrated 420 day. Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Did you take it off yesterday because it was 420?
Did I take off?
Yeah. Did you take the day off? Or did you work? No. I knew you did not work, did you?
No, I was high all day.
I knew it because I tuned in and I was listening for you on my walk. And right now, I wanted to tell you, it was so awesome for my walk to have on Grown Folks Radio. I was walking so fast because it was so upbeat and awesome. It was an awesome mix.
Yeah, with him and DJ Frank.
Yeah, DJ Frank, he was killing it.
Everybody loves DJ Frank.
He's really, really good. And plus, I'm such an eclectic music listener that I miss out on some great R&B hip hop stuff. because I listened to so many different kinds of things, and I was really loving it because I was hearing songs I didn't know. It was awesome. It was awesome.
Nah,
So
I actually
I missed you. I wanted to say hi and everything, but I understand you were doing your April 20th thing. Yesterday was also my father's birthday. God bless you, Daddy in heaven. And it was my cousin's birthday. He's the only cousin in my generation that's older than me by a few days. And happy birthday to my cousin Richie, or Chief as we call him.
Happy birthday. Well, happy birthday. Yes. Yesterday was a great day. Now I'm not gonna lie, when I was sitting there on the couch, looking at CNN, waiting for the verdict, I was a little bit nervous I'm like, if these
honey. I was literally shaking. I was so nervous.
I was like,
I was like, please don't. And the day before, I listened to the closing arguments, and then I listened to when the defense was already trying to set up how to try to get an appeal. I was like, oh, goodness gracious. I was so mad.
Yeah, talking about the Maxine Waters situation, which
and you know what? She did not do. She just said, if it's the wrong verdict, which there was one, we have to keep. How is that a problem? Hi, Brian. Hi, Ramon. Hey, Robbie. Nice to see you, or your name. Yeah, it was ridiculous to use that, and the judge going off on her like she did something crazy. All she did was say what everybody's thinking and what her constituents are thinking.
And then the judge,
the judge was going off. But I guess that's his job. Everybody has a job, but I am telling you, that is a silly reason to kill.
I wish politicians would stop talking about shut up.
She just Trump saying what her people are thinking.
Yeah. Let's talk about it. So we're going to play. Hey, Chauncey, we're going to play the little clip of the judge actually rendering the verdict with y'all's permission. Just a little bit. We're not going to go into heavy detail. I didn't even get fancy with it. I didn't even download the Seabreeze. I'm just playing the YouTube. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That part.
Permanent records of the 4th Judicial District. State of Minnesota, County of Hennepin. District Court, 4th Judicial District. State of Minnesota Plaintiff versus Derek Michael Chauvin, Defendant. Verdict, Count 1. Court File Number 27, CR 20-12646. We, the jury, in the above entitled matter as to Count 1, unintentional second-degree murder while committing a felony, find the defendant guilty. This verdict agreed to this 20th day of April 2021 at 1:44 p.m. Signed, Juror Foreperson, Juror Number 19. Same caption, verdict Count 2. We, the jury, in the above entitled matter as to Count 2, third-degree murder, perpetrating an eminently dangerous act, find the defendant guilty. This verdict agreed to this 20th day of April 2021 at 1:45 p.m. Signed by Jury Foreperson, Juror Number 19. Same caption, verdict Count 3. We, the jury, in the above entitled matter as to Count 3, second-degree manslaughter, culpable negligence, creating an unreasonable risk, find the defendant guilty. This verdict agreed to this 20th day of April 2021 at 1:45 p.m. Jury Foreperson 019. Members of the jury.
Well, don't get no more clear than that.
Monica said, Monica Ladd said, I was at the nail shop. The police came in with paper asking if they wanted to close before the verdict was read. Wow. Yeah. Cliff said he kept watching it over and over again. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you guys about something. And I know you're going to have words for me. And I just like to be honest. I'm one of those kind of people that, in spite of my happiness for justice, I couldn't help but feel sad for Chauvin. He deserves to go to jail for as long as they can send him there. But watching his face and his eyes darting from place to place to place to place, as a human being that loves human beings, even though wrong, I felt for him in a moment. I really felt for what made this man like this, that he thought he was above the law and could cruelly murder another human being. What happened to him in his life to make him this man? And I had that moment. If I'm going to be real, I just like, when I'm watching my favorite team play on TV, I'm sad for the loser, even if it's the other team. I mean, if it's the other that loses, I'm sad for him. I can't help it, but.
You want my opinion?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see what I posted on Facebook?
I did.
Ask for a window seat, guys.
That loves human beings, even though.
See, I give 0. My give a bleep meters at -15 for him. What made him that way? White privilege. That's what
I think it had to be more, because every white person has white privilege. To make him that arrogant and that cruel and that hard-hearted, it almost felt like God to me, because like without him being that way, he would have got off.
Okay, it was a combination of white privilege and blue privilege.
Well, definitely that too. That but I know white cops that don't have that. They're white and they're cops and they're not like that. This man
I'm not
was
saying
special.
all of them are like that. No.
I know. I'm saying that it's more than just white and blue privilege. It's something else. And I'm glad that the verdict was what it was. I thank God for that. I think we need that. It's one tiny step in the right direction of justice in this country. But as a human being, I just had to think. Monica said she was trying to see some emotion in his eyes. I saw total fear. I saw total fear in his eyes when they, not during the process, but when they were reading the verdicts. Cliff, of course, Cliff says he agrees with you 100%, DJ, and he ain't with me on that. And I understand that. And that's how most people are going to feel, but I'm not most people. So
listen, I'm going to just keep it morning show real. I can't say this on PPC radio, so I'm going to get it out on the Melanie Morning Show. I give 0 fucks about his fear. I really do. My give a fuck meter is at -25 for him.
Yeah, Cliff said if you've ever been abused by police, then you will understand the suffering.
Exactly. And I've had my ass kicked numerous times by the police.
I've never had my ass kicked, but I have been abused by police. I have been with black men that were abused by police. I have seen it face to face. I knew police growing up my whole life. It's not the policeman that I was thinking about. It's the man I was thinking about. Yes, he deserves what he's getting. I agree with that. But this is who I am. So,
but basically, the whole world has turned their back on him. So even in jail, even in prison, he's going to have a hard time in prison. He really is. Even though he's going to be on the SEG unit with nothing else but dirty cops. But even the dirty cops are not going to mess with him.
No,
nobody's
going to mess with him. What I'm really curious about is the cops that were watching, some of them rookies, some of what does this mean for what's going? You do?
I do, because I think what they're going to be able to do is just point the finger. We was doing what that said to do. That was his fault.
He was their leading officer. Right. That's true. And they can do that. And it isn't a law, or wasn't a law yet in Minneapolis or Minnesota, that police should engage and stop something that they see is happening. They have excuse, but we'll see.
Had he got acquitted, then it would have been hard. But now that he's been convicted on all three, they're gonna point the finger. That's that dude. I ain't had shit to do with that. I was following orders. I ain't touching. And they got the videos right there. I ain't touching. I was just there.
Yeah, but they didn't touch anything. They could have called in backup to stop him. They could have called superiors. They could have done a lot of things. Well, on the scene, he's your superior officer. On the scene, you know. Michael Swinford said the other cops involved also go on trial in a few months. And Clifford says again with all caps and a bunch of exclamation points, 0 fucks. Rainy Day says if there's someone in there to feel sorry for, prison will be his chance to come to terms with what he did. I don't know. We'll see. Because he seems so hard. I don't know if he's gonna change. I mean, you know what? Getting your butt beat in prison isn't gonna change your heart. You know what I'm saying? You know,
rip it out and put it on a pole. Yo, they really gonna whoop his ass in jail.
Monica said, "I'm worried about her teenage. She's worried about her teenage son seeing all this in society. He actually wanted to be a police officer, and his whole mindset is different now. And I can spin, but at the same time, we need good Black men in blue." That will stand up, because if they're not there, nobody's there. There in some states, do you know they're trying to make it illegal? They're trying to make it illegal in some states for people to film. They're doing that now. They're trying to make, and in some states, they're not only illegal to film, they're also making it that the police officers have more power to create violence. In some of the states, they're going the opposite direction. You know, you got some states that are, even in Indiana, I was sort of Indiana for this. Indiana is like, they're changing. They do these things anymore. I was like, what, Indiana? Because I've seen a lot of crap with police here. My brother's experienced a lot of crap with police here. You know, my brother in law school, about to go to jail because of what's happening. You know, them throwing him down on the ground and putting his hands behind his back and doing all this kind of stuff. You know, it's Chauncey says it's karma. No family was even there to support him. Reap what you sow. He was a bully, even with other cops. He is going to get it bad in prison.
Yo, they're going to whoop his ass on a regular basis in prison. They might kill him. Seriously.
Yeah, it could happen. You don't think they'll put him in protective custody in there?
He's going to go to a special block for just cops. They got every prison, every penitentiary has a special block for cops. You know, cops, people, COs. You know, anybody in law enforcement. But even that block is going to turn their back on him.
Mm-hmm. So, guys, let me say this right quick. We got 10 more minutes before our first, or 9 minutes before our first break. But after the break, I know some of you have stuff to say. I'm sure I can tell who wants to say something. If you want to call in, is this cool after 10:30, Eddie? Is that cool?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's 133 grown number 1. That's GRWNE number 1. Please call in and share your thoughts, because I know you got them. Yeah. It's just he's getting immediate karma, Cliff. Immediate. Golly. Chauncey said maybe this is part of the problem. Chauncey said he's little. He's skinny and barely 140 pounds. Woo! Oh my gosh, that's my daughter's size. I mean, she's a little smaller than that, but oh my gosh. Wow.
He was a big dude.
No, he said he's small and thin. Napoleon.
Yeah, he got Napoleon complex. Okay.
Okay. He was being empowered by killing somebody, making him feel better about himself.
And he was mad because George was sticking the girl that he wanted to get.
Yeah, no, they don't talk about that, do they? See, and that's the reason why he could have, if they were able to put that in the trial, he could have got murder 1. If they'd have put that in a trial, that he had an issue with George because George was with his ex, that would have been a different story. He would have been living under the jail.
That wasn't even his ex. That was just some chick that he liked, but George got her.
Oh my gosh, that's even worse.
They worked in the club together doing security, and she used to come there. So you know, he was on her, but she like black. You know, she's into dark meat. Apparently.
Wow.
You know, a lot of white men can't take that.
Was it the woman that actually spoke on the stand? Is that her?
Yeah.
Ooh, that had to be really uncomfortable.
You know, a lot of white dudes don't like that kind of shit.
Well, I don't know how after all this time with white women liking black men, why they tripping. They always have, you know, and black men like them too. So they need to get over that.
I'm just telling you what happened. Yeah, that's what. That's the behind the scenes stuff. You know.
DJ Sense says hello to all. Looking for my seat. She looking for her seat, girl. I know that. You know.
Hey, Sensen. Can Seabreeze?
Yeah.
You didn't get a chance to see it. Wish Monty on the scene a happy birthday. Her birthday was Saturday.
Oh, I told her. I said something online, but. Happy belated birthday, my love. I can't wait to see you. It looks like it might be soon.
They was out there partying, her and Miss Hey Everybody. You know who Miss Hey Everybody is.
Hey, everybody.
She been doing that for, you know, I don't even think she realized that she does it like that until I said, you know, that's your signature. What? Hey, everybody. That's your signature.
We
all celebrities have a signature.
So hey, T says, good morning, Cinda. I know how you feel. I feel the same way also. Derek wasted his life killing George Floyd, but Derek got what he deserved. And also God is great. And if you want to chat, let's chat. Okay, never mind. He's going to send us some money. Thank you, T. Appreciate that.
He gets one of those. That's not a bad thing, y'all.
No, we accept donations. We are not quite a nonprofit. We need to because we ain't profiting at this, but by the love of it. My cousin, hey Di, she said, I missed part of the trial. What can the police force do? The police force do to vet out these types of people before they allow them to represent keeping peace in our nation? Was he always like that? Did he just snap? No, he had a whole bunch of mess on him that they couldn't say in the trial. He had gotten in trouble over and over and over again, and they never did anything to stop him. He was a bad apple, and there's quite a few rotten ones on the tree. And he was really, he should have been stopped and fired long before.
That wasn't his first time. Yeah.
That was the first time he actually got caught. That was the first time he actually went so far as to murder someone in front of cameras. So yeah, he was. And the only thing that I can say about, we talked about this a little bit, I think, Eddie, we talked about therapy in the police department. Real therapists that are police, that were police, like my dad was. He was a policeman, then he was a therapist, coming in and helping these guys. Now, I don't think he probably would have been able to help Chauvin. Chauvin was who he was, and he had been getting in trouble over and over and over again, and nobody stopped him. Yeah, it's got to stop. That's.
But here's the problem too. You give a 20-year-old kid with a GED, you can actually become a cop with a GED. You give a 20-year-old kid with a GED, souped up car and weapons and authority, there go your problem right there.
And those same people been sitting at home listening to mommy and daddy talk about the niggers, talk about the you know, all the other names they have for us, and that is their culture, and that is what they think, and that is what they feel. And then you give them a gun and a car and stuff to kill people, you know, massive amounts of people at a time. You know, why do they need those kind of guns that's going to shoot down a whole crowd? Why do they need it?
Yeah. Joe Storm, what's up?
Is Joe here? Hey, man. Cliff said, and what makes him even more dirty is when you read the initial police exactly, that really got to me. The initial police incident report that they put out there, that if that baby girl had not been filming it and all the rest had not been filming it, it would have just looked like he had a medical emergency and died. That is the lie that they perpetrated. Because my thing is, okay, I got family with diabetes. I got family that with heart issues. I got family with high blood pressure. I got family that's been drug abusers. But you know what? Ain't not one of them dead. Okay? None of that crap.
Speaking of that little baby girl, do you know she was on GMA this morning? She's writing a book. It's going to call Judea's Walk to the Store.
Wow, that's so beautiful. This whole horrible incident has changed that woman's life. She's 18 years old.
I'm talking about the little baby cousin. No.
Oh, the 9-year-old.
Yeah, she's 10 now.
Oh, okay.
She's writing a book with her mom, and she's going to call Judea's Walk to the Store. That's her name, Judea. Yeah. Good
morning, James. Good morning, Javette. Yeah, Chauncey said they were spin doctoring for real. Well, they had too many people there for that to go through. It was just too many people, and they felt so helpless, and they didn't do anything because they probably would have been shot down. They probably would have been killed, and then we'd have more cops that were going to prison to be under the jail. Yeah. Monica said, the crazy thing is it was all over a fake $20 bill. Hallelujah. Now, if George Floyd really knew that the 20 was fake, why would he be still sitting outside the store?
Right.
And they showed this whole interaction between he and that guy, the kid who had been told, I don't know if y'all noticed, he had been told by his boss, don't take no fake money. Don't take it or you lose your job. So he felt so bad for calling the police, but he was only doing what his boss told him to do. He felt so much guilt because he knew if he hadn't tripped about it, he just let him go. He'd put his own $20 in the bill thing in there. George would still be alive. Right.
But I never heard of pulling somebody over for a counterfeit $20 bill. That's a first. He already knew him prior.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's all baloney. Yep.
Yeah, he recognized like, oh yeah, I get to kick his ass.
Okay, guys, it's we're at the 10:30, so we need to take a break. Please don't leave us. We want you to call in. Don't forget, it is 833 grown with an E, number 1. Please, somebody call in and share your thoughts. Is that cool?
Or 833-476-9631.
Well, yeah, same thing. It's just easier to remember. Grown. It's easier to remember.
Can you kind of put that in the chat?
Sure. I'll put that there right now. All right. See you guys after the break. Stay with us.
Yeah, that part. I will be back because even though today is 421, I'm still celebrating. So yeah. That part.
The Melanated Morning Show with DJ Kid Disco and co-host Cinda Williams. WGFB-FM radio.
So are you ready? Yeah.
How it used to be. Something for everyone. 24/7, 365.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
For the health and safety of our guests and team members, we're here for you. That means frequently deep cleaning our stores and wiping down carts and baskets after each use, reserving dedicated shopping hours for our most vulnerable guests, providing masks and gloves to our team members, and offering contactless shopping options through the Target app, like Drive Up and same-day delivery. We are here for you now more than ever, and your health and safety is our highest priority. Learn more at target.com/a-bullseye-view.
New Dunkin' Refreshers. Vibrant fruit flavors like strawberry, dragon fruit, and peach passion fruit. B vitamins and energy from green tea. All under 200 calories. Order ahead via the Dunkin' app for a contactless way to order, pay, and pick up in the drive-thru. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Amazon is hiring near you. Earn a competitive wage and start as soon as 7 days. No resume or experience required. Health and safety are a top priority with all of Amazon's roles and sites. Amazon is taking precautions in their buildings to keep people healthy. Go to amazon.com/apply. That's amazon.com/apply. Amazon is an equal opportunity employer.
Hey everybody, it is Shelly Show Williams, host of Single on a Saturday Night. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at Single on a Saturday Night TV. That's at Single on a Saturday Night TV. Follow us on Instagram and we'll follow back. Hey everybody, it's Shelly Show Williams, Philly's Oprah, executive producer of Urban Expressions, Single on a Saturday Night, but I am a business, social media, and media coach. And if you're looking to show up on social media with a purpose, I have a course for you. Have you been struggling as an entrepreneur, trying to figure out how to get people to engage, how to get people to buy, how to get people just to see you on social media? I have just a course for you. Please go to ShellyShowWilliams.com to find out more.
WGFB-FM radio.
So are you ready? Yeah.
How it used to be. Something for everyone. 24/7, 365.
Yo, what's good? This is Tracy Lee, and you already know I gets down with the get down, man. Grown Folks Radio all day.
Hi, everybody. This is Cinda Williams, and I am the co-host of the Melanated Morning Show and the host of the PPC Radio Show. And you are listening to Grown Folks Radio.
We are back. If you're just joining us, we have been talking about, of course, the guilty verdict. And there's a lot of passion, and it's been good talk. So if you want to call in, call us at 833. We have a caller. Shut up. Let's do it.
Yes.
Okay. Who's on the line?
Clifford.
Hey, Cliff. What's up, man? I knew you called.
Good. I can't hear you really well, Cinda. I can hear you, DJ.
Oh, okay. I guess he can't hear me well. Can you hear me at all? Can you hear me at all? Okay, I can't even hear you, so you talk to me. Okay.
I'm here.
Go ahead, Cliff. Say what you want to say, homie.
Okay. Good morning, DJ. Good morning, Cinda. Cinda, first and foremost, I need to commend you on your ability to forgive. I have to tell you, for me, as an angry black man and with genetic things passed down to me generational wise, I have, looking at that video, I had to watch that video over and over again today where they say guilty to him. And each time I watch it, it makes me smile more and more. One of the reasons I have so much anger is because I have a lifetime of abuse, degradation, assaults from police officers. So when I look at that one police officer, he is representative of all of the abuse that I've taken in my life. So I'm not that godlike to give that much forgiveness because the abuse that I have suffered as a black man is pent up. You understand? So I just need to say, I don't wish harm to anybody, but I don't feel sorry for this man at all because karma will catch you, and karma has caught him. I'm like, DJ, I got $0 for him. And that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. You understand?
I don't have a problem with anybody else's feelings. Everybody deserves how they feel. Everybody feels a different way. This is Cliff, by the way, guys. Everybody feels a different way depending on where you are in your history and where you are on your path. that is where you need to be, and that's what you need to express. You know what I'm saying? And I completely understand it. And you are in the majority. I am in the minority. And let me be real. It's not about feeling sorry. It's wondering why and what took him on that path. And I always feel for people when they gotta face karma, because I've faced karma before and it can kick your tail. And so, you know, I just can't help that. But I completely respect how you feel. And I'm so happy for the win, not only for George Floyd's family, but for you and every man of color that has ever gone through this, even a white man, anybody that has been hurt at the hands of the police. This is a win for them. I can't hear you.
I agree. Like I said, Cinda, I believe in forgiveness and all those good things, and I'm not wishing harm on him. You know, if he happens to bend over and get the soap and get done, I ain't mad. But, you know, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. And one day I wish I had the ability to turn the cheek a little bit and get slapped, but I just don't. I'm going to slap back. You see, some of us black people have more Martin Luther in them, and then others of us have more Malcolm in us. And I'm more Malcolm. You slap me, I'm going to slap you back. I'm not walking away. That's just how I am.
Clifford, we appreciate your
Yeah.
input. We appreciate your call, brother. We definitely
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. All right.
See you later.
All right. Thank you. I would say that I got some Malcolm and Martin in me. Just because I think about people with compassion doesn't mean I wouldn't pop off and punch them in the mouth if I needed to. So, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. I talked to my friend about this yesterday, you know, who is a definite fighter. I talked to her about this yesterday. She said, Cindy, if you were there, if you were a bystander, would you have been able to not do anything? Would you have been able to just stand there and watch? And I said, I can't imagine that I could have stood there and watched, but I don't know because I wasn't there. And there were 5 other cops with guns standing there. So maybe I wouldn't. I don't know. I can't say. I have frozen in situations before, but I have also gone to F off on people before. So I don't know what I would have done. So yeah, I got some Malcolm and some Martin in me. I think they each had some of that in each other. I think Malcolm had some Martin and Martin had some Malcolm. You just didn't always see it. You know what I'm saying? James said that Chauvin had no compassion for life, let alone a black life. Common sense should have told him to let George up. Yep.
And you know, I'm gonna say this because speaking as a black man living in a city that's corrupt, that's been corrupt and racist, believe it or not, Philadelphia is it's undercover racist though. As black people, we're pretty much taught from as kids when there's more than one cop out there, let them do their duty or you're gonna be next. So yeah, I don't know if any black person, you know, they'll yell, yo, what you doing? Damn, let him up. But it always turns like, well, you're next, you know. Here we go, you know.
Maybe if a white person had done something or at least gone over to the other cops or something.
Actually, a white person did the EMT drive.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She called the police on the police.
Mm-hmm.
See, Negroes ain't gonna do that. Negroes are not gonna do that.
Mm-hmm. Do we have another caller? All right. We want to hear from you. It feels so quiet. Let me start talking. I guess he has to turn off the sound. Wow, this is such a passionate thing. I mean, yesterday, every time they said guilty, I was like, all right.
Hey, Breeze, we got another one. Can you hear?
I can
Hello?
hear. Hi.
Good morning.
You can wish her a happy birthday to her ear.
Oh, happy birthday.
Hey, Mommy.
I can't hear her though.
I don't know why that's going on. I don't know. Oh.
Tell her I can hear her loud and clear.
She can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Basically, I just wanted to say good morning, and also that they were portraying this police officer as a serial killer, basically saying that this man, this is not his first time.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
So that right there is something that needs that was put in play too.
Damn. Okay. A serial killer?
Because he's done this before. It just wasn't televised. But this is something that this man has done before. I guess being on the force or whatever, but this is not his first time.
Wow. Thoughts, Steve Breeze?
I heard that. I don't know if had he murdered someone before? I knew he'd perpetrated unlawful violence, but had he murdered someone before?
He was kicking black folks' ass before. Let's put it that way.
Okay. Yeah.
And they're also saying that he wasn't, that it was really more than just kicking her behind. Like he's done this to other people.
What? Wow.
Yeah, he doesn't have a good track record. Remember when me, you, and Craig were looking up his past? It wasn't glorious.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I knew that he had.
If you think about it, that's the other reason why the other police officers probably didn't even step in, because he's a known bully. And think about it, when you have a bully, are you actually going to step in the middle when you're out? You know, you got the bully in the neighborhood. You're going to be scared that they might come at you or something.
Well, I was kind of the bully. Anyway, yeah.
Well, I know a lot of people. Are afraid of bullies, even 140-pound bullies. You know.
You're saying people are afraid of bullies, 140-pound bullies. I don't know why you cannot hear her. This is not cool.
Because you have it on the headphones.
Oh, that part.
Take your headphones off.
Oh, okay.
Chauncey said that they didn't allow the numerous violations on the record. The judge didn't let it be presented in the case.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Can you hear now?
Can you hear me now, Monty?
Do this.
Can you hear me now, Monty?
Let's do this. Ooh, that's not going to work because that's going to echo bad.
No,
okay,
well, that's okay. Well, you just repeat what I say. Napoleon was a bully at 5 foot tall. That's right. That's right, Clifford.
Well, thanks for taking my comment.
Oh, she can hear you now. Wait a minute. Seabreeze, now she can hear you.
Okay, I'm just saying I knew about that. I didn't know that he murdered people before. Thank you for the information and happy birthday.
Thank you so much. All right, God bless you guys. And great show, and thanks for taking my comment, guys. Love you.
Right.
Love you too.
Love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, see ya.
See, I worked that out, Seabreeze.
Yeah. James said that if Chauvin had have taken the stand, then it would have come out about his violations. But of course, he did not. He would refuse to do that, which was smart, but not smart enough because he's still going to jail. But
well, I mean, yeah, he's going to jail for a long time. He might wind up getting 40 freaking years. That's a long ass time.
Well, what I heard today was
whoever that. I'm sorry. Hold on, Seabreeze. Whoever that was on call, I was in the middle of getting Monica together, and I didn't click over fast enough. You can call back. I'm sorry. Anyway.
No, that's okay. They said today on the news that 40 years equals 12. So it's not really 40 years.
Man, that ain't shit.
That ain't shit. I mean, one day locked up is horror story. But
But
yeah,
I
we'll
truly
see.
believe, and I'm not wishing anybody bad luck or death. I don't think he'll make the whole 12 years. Because I'm telling you, they're gonna kill him in jail. Somebody gonna get paid to turn their back, and yeah, that's just my opinion. I don't think he'll make the whole 12. I give him 2 years.
Shelly said, "Hey, Shelly, that he should get life. He should get life, in her opinion." Yeah,
hey,
I agree.
Joey.
You know what the prosecution is going to say and is saying to the judge is there was a 9-year-old watching this. He knew there was a 9-year-old and children watching this, and he still did it, and that should give him more years.
Yeah, it should. Well, that's what they're saying. The fact that he committed this crime in front of children, that enhances it. The prosecution is going for what's called an enhanced. They're trying to get him at least. He should get 25 to life. I really do. But I don't think he's going to make it past 2 years. I'm telling you, somebody going to whack him.
Shelly said he took life, so why should he be free? Chauncey said he's either going to be killed or he's going to commit suicide. Monica said the same.
You think he's going office? That's some cowardly shit. Wow.
Yeah.
That's like the young boy that shot at the. I wanted to talk about that too, Seabreeze.
Okay.
Another mass shooting. The young boy at the FedEx joint.
Yeah, that happened here. I had a lot of people calling me worried. Yeah, I don't know so many details about it. I knew that he used to work there. I knew that his parents and his mother was like, he crazy. Police, y'all need to do something about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And
now when they say did he get fired or did they? That's what
no, he quit. He quit. Okay. Yeah, he didn't get fired. He quit. And but he had mental problems. And you know, I don't even know if he knew the people that he killed because he had been gone for I think like 9 months, something like that. He had been fired. Hey, Christopher.
What up? What up, old man?
Yeah, so
commit suicide, but
I don't. There's more details that just came out yet.
You see what Shelly said?
Yeah, I think she might be right. I think you're right about. Yes, I think she's right that he's too arrogant to commit suicide, but he better not drop that soap. We already know that little man.
Yo, somebody's gonna pay the CO to turn their head, and they're gonna whoop his little ass. The COs might.
My friend, Michael said Michael said that he's grateful for the verdict, but to be honest, it's hard to rejoice, at least for him. Yes, this is justice, but it holds a mirror up to the bigger issues with our society. George Floyd leaves a grieving family and loved ones, and he's just one small part of the picture. This won't stop systematic racism. I hate that it is ingrained and has been accepted for way too long. This is certainly a step in the right direction, but the enormity of the problem is so deep within society. There are years of work to be done. Yep, absolutely. You know, it
find me for the COs so they can turn their back.
Clifford is funny. Yeah, we're gonna have to have you on this show again, Clifford, because you're just too funny not to listen to sometimes. But yeah, this is a step. This is a teeny tiny baby step in the right direction. We just had another killing yesterday. That little girl, 15,
little girl,
killed,
but she had a
Columbus,
knife.
Ohio.
But how they gonna get away with that? She had a knife, and yeah, that's gonna be hard.
She had a knife. Yeah. You know, I don't know. Whatever happened to the cowboy way? Shoot him in the leg. I mean, what? What's she gonna do with a shot up leg? She gonna sit down and the knife gonna drop. I mean, I don't understand. Whatever happened to that? Did they ever do that?
They used to. We used to have a philosophy. I remember back in the 80s, old heads would tell me, listen here, young boy, you can't be the radio. What that means is you can't outrun the cops. They're gonna get on the radio, and the whole shift gonna come down here to whoop your ass. You can't do the radio.
There are ways to stop these murders. There are ways to stop it. You know,
I think body cam is a big part of it. I'm hoping that me personally, I'm hoping that in the future, by people knowing and they join the force, that you're going to be held accountable, and that there is going to be body cam right there on you that's going to tell when you take a piss. So watch what you do.
Yeah, the question is, how do we fix it? Exactly. That I think we have to reimagine the police. We have to reimagine. You know, they can't do every job. You know, and what is excessive force? We need to know that. We need to make these determinations. Maybe this law, the George Floyd law they're trying to pass, is going to help.
Well, again, the Senate is.
Well, it's already passed the House on party lines,
the Senate,
and there is at least one Republican that's on board. There's at least one.
But you need
we need 60.
Yeah, and their position is they don't like the clause in there that makes it easy for people like us to sue the police.
Yeah, of course not. Anything to do with money, they want to leave that out.
Exactly.
Yeah, Clifford said that they need a law about them not turning off the body cam. I agree. I think turn off the body cam, that is a reason to get in trouble, possibly fired. That lady that killed that baby, lady that killed that child a few days ago, right near where the trial was happening. In a case before, she had told them, turn off your cameras, turn off your cameras. You know what I'm saying? So they do it all the time. You know, there's not always a crowd watching.
They should make it so that if your body cam goes off, you're automatically clocked out and sent home.
Something's got to happen.
As soon as your cam goes off, that means you're clocking out for the day. You must come back home immediately. You must come back to the station immediately and go home and explain why your body cam is turned off. It should be on at all times.
Yeah. Well, how do they go to the bathroom?
I don't care.
Yeah, well, Dante, right.
Well, I mean, cops are just like anybody other human being. You get a 15-minute break. You get one in the morning, one in the afternoon. Why cops don't have to do that? So
Chauncey said.
Go ahead.
Chauncey said, let's talk about, they don't even shoot white people. They walk them out, even when they're armed, usually after they mass murder people, but shoot, kill unarmed Black men and women and children. But you know what, Chauncey, there was recently, I think it was last week, a shooting by police of a white man in Portland. This just happened. They do shoot white people too. Not often, but they do. And that's when Portland tried to start the fire at the police station, because they shot and killed a white man too. Yep.
It's funny how they were prepared for the George Floyd for the verdict, but they weren't prepared for the insurrection.
Well, that child that was talking after the verdicts yesterday, a young Black woman in Minnesota, she was like, they felt so offended that they have razor wire up. They have all these police and all these soldiers there, as if they're going to do something. But the Capitol, they had no one. It's ridiculous.
Because let me tell you what Negroes did down there at George Floyd land. They pulled out barbecue grills. They was partying. A DJ came out. They might have been doing some clown face painting or whatever. They had a party out there all night long. They really did.
Yeah. Nobody was sure, but
when you got a whole world, it wasn't even a nation. They celebrate all over the world. Celebrating your conviction, You might as well just go in there and kill yourself, man. Ain't nobody gonna back you.
Yeah, even your brothers in blue weren't backing you
at all.
They came in there. They was like, nah. His wife divorced him. I didn't know that.
Yeah, but I think that was strategic financially. I think she divorced him because he was working together. They were worth about a good $800,000. So he took half, she took half. I think that was to because the civil suits are coming.
They already happened. They already won. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess the family won with the police, with the city.
Yeah, the family won against the city.
Okay.
Nobody's coming against him, but they can still come against him.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the reason why they did that was to save some of the money. Plus, I guess you figure, well, this ship has sailed, so no point me sticking around for this one.
Mm-hmm.
He'll never make it home. He'll never. I truly believe he'll never make it home.
Mm-hmm.
The wife cashed out. Yeah, the wife exactly that part. The wife cashed out. It's a wrap. I'm gonna stay around for. What little bit and $700K is not no Mickey Mouse money. So I guess she figured I'm gonna take my losses. They can't touch her half.
James said they got $27 million from the city.
That's from the city.
Still won't bring him back.
But I wonder how much that actually. Because Crump is going to get at least 33% of that. So yeah.
Yeah, there were a lot of lawyers to pay, but it was worth it. If they just had $1 million, they'd have changed their lives.
With $20 million, I would get 20 family members.
Well,
oh, wait a minute. We got one more call before we go.
Okay.
Before we go.
Okay.
Melanated Morning Show. And they hung up. You know what, you dirty.
Well, let's take our break and we'll come back. Are we going to continue talking about this? We're going to move on to some other subjects. What y'all want us to do? Y'all want to keep on talking? I think we should move on. We've had our vent session. Mm-hmm.
I thought you had something that you wanted to talk about anyway, kind of on some PPC type of ish.
A little bit. Okay.
Because you get very PPC-ish on Wednesdays. Gearing up.
I'm PPC-ish every moment. That's just who I am.
Okay. Well, you get extra PPC-ish on Wednesdays. I noticed, but that's because you got a good show. So we're going to take a break and we'll come back and we're going to talk about the PPC radio show and what you got coming up this afternoon and all that little good stuff.
Cliff said it was Derek that was calling you. He just wanted to hang up in your ear. Okay. You guys stick with us. We'll be back in 3.5.
That part.
The Melanated Morning Show with DJ Kid Disco and co-host Cinda Williams. WGFB-FM radio.
So are you ready? Yeah.
How it used to be. Something for everyone. 24/7, 365.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
For the health and safety of our guests and team members, we're here for you. That means frequently deep cleaning our stores and wiping down carts and baskets after each use, reserving dedicated shopping hours for our most vulnerable guests, providing masks and gloves to our team members, and offering contactless shopping options through the Target app, like Drive Up and same-day delivery. We are here for you now more than ever, and your health and safety is our highest priority. Learn more at target.com/a bullseye view.
New Dunkin' Refreshers. Vibrant fruit flavors like strawberry, dragon fruit, and peach passion fruit. B vitamins and energy from green tea. All under 200 calories. Order ahead via the Dunkin' app for a contactless way to order, pay, and pick up in the drive-thru. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Amazon is hiring near you. Earn a competitive wage and start as soon as 7 days. No resume or experience required. Health and safety are a top priority with all of Amazon's roles and sites. Amazon is taking precautions in their buildings to keep people healthy. Go to amazon.com/apply. That's amazon.com/apply. Amazon is an equal opportunity employer.
Hey everybody, it is Shelly Shell Williams, host of Single on a Saturday Night. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at Single on a Saturday Night TV. That's at Single on a Saturday Night TV. Follow us on Instagram and we'll follow back. Hey everybody, it's Shelly Shell Williams, Philly's Oprah, executive producer of Urban Expressions, Single on a Saturday Night. But I am a business, social media, and media coach. And if you're looking to show up on social media with a purpose, I have a course for you. Have you been struggling as an entrepreneur, trying to figure out how to get people to engage, how to get people to buy, how to get people just to see you on social media? I have just a course for you. Please go to ShellyShellWilliams.com to find out more.
WGFB-FM radio.
So are you ready?
Yeah. How it used to be. Something for everyone. 24/7, 365.
Yo, what's good? This is Tracy Lee, and you already know I gets down with the get down, man. Grown Folks Radio all day.
Hi, everybody. This is Cinda Williams, and I am the co-host of the Melanated Morning Show and the host of the PPC Radio Show. And you are listening to Grown Folks Radio. It's
the PPC Radio Show, hosted by Cinda Williams and co-hosted by Shelly Williams. Music all night long. DJ Joe Storm on the Grown Folks Radio.
You know I hit the wrong button, but since we hit it, you might as well go ahead and talk about it.
Oh, okay. I wondered. I was a little confused. Yes, if you guys are around and available, please tune in to the PPC Radio Show this afternoon from 2 to 4 Eastern. We are very excited to have Nikki and Jonathan Romaine. They are super talented people. He's the most amazing visual artist, and she is a singer, writer, and they run a school in Illinois. They have figured it out, one of the most amazing things. So we're going to talk about
yeah.
We're also going to have Craig on. Craig Engel, aka CJ Julianis. He's coming on. He's going to be talking about how couples build their financial fortunes together. Best ways for couples to build for their legacy, for their children, if they have them, whatever they want to save or do. He's going to share with us the best ways to do that. So if that's your thing, if it's not your thing, come on back. Come on back. I'm also excited that this week I have on the PPC podcast a very, very special guest who will also be joining us next week. And that is my sister, Mom Rose.
I like
my.
I like her.
And she got super deep. She got super deep, didn't she? She got super disco. He hears my stuff before anybody else. And it was one of the best interviews I've had so far in this process. She was so vulnerable and really honest about her life. And I think it's going to be a phenomenal conversation next week. Come and meet my beautiful sister, Monica Rose Williams. Also, we wanted to say this on Monday. Tuesdays and Fridays. If you miss the PPC radio show on Wednesdays, it's also playing on B-Force Radio, bforce.com from 9 to 11. B-Force Radio, 9 to 11, Monday, Tuesday, and Fridays. We play archives there, or they play archives there, and the newest shows, I think, on Friday it comes on. So check it out.
That part right there. You had something on your mind, Seabreeze?
Well, it's like I said, it's kind of a PPC thing. I noticed yesterday when I was watching, I wasn't able to watch the whole trial. Especially, I could definitely listen to the prosecution side, but the defense side was making me so mad I had to turn it off. And then I listened to closing arguments and whatever. But I didn't realize how much stress that was adding to my already stressful life. You know, I've been going through some stuff, some changes, and that was a lot of stress. So I found myself, once that guilty verdict came, all three of them, this need to do something for myself. And now we already know about what you did. You took advantage of the entire day for April 20th. Yeah. And I know that is I know that's self-care for you, but I'm doing something I didn't do. Like what's this? My nails. I never do my fingernails. They're always just nude. I did my fingernails. That's my sister's product, Color Street. We Rise, Monica Rose. On Facebook, I did my hair. I did a lot of self-caring yesterday because I felt like I needed it and it was almost a celebratory thing. You know, I was listening to the news, jamming in my head to this sound of music in my head for celebrating, and listening to what all these brilliant people like Joy Reid and they had to say about it. And I found myself celebrating through self-care. How did you guys celebrate? How did you
Well, first of all, I'm going to answer that for myself because, as you remember, speaking of the PPC morning show, PPC radio show, as I admitted last week, I'm a bum. So
he loves saying that.
I'm a bum. Listen, my dream is to be on a beach, earning while I'm asleep, but just sitting there on the beach with Kool-Aid in one hand because I don't drink alcohol, so I'll take a Kool-Aid fizz and a joint in the other hand and just sit there and be a bum all day. So that was my way of celebrating, not thinking about music, not thinking, well, no, I was thinking about music because actually, last night I was part of a blend challenge and I did pretty good, Seabreeze. My numbers were really, really high. Like,
awesome.
9 if you like it, 10 if you thought it was that work, and I got a couple 9s and 10s, I'm going to play some of that stuff on the PPC radio show, by the way. A whole tribute to 420 Day. Yeah.
Yeah.
That part. But how did I celebrate? I think one way that I did is just I took my mind off of business and just focused on the house. I mopped and cleaned up the kitchen, mopped the floor, and did the wood floors in the living room and the dining room. I pretty much focused on the house and wasn't focused on business. And I listened to CNN because I'm a CNN junkie. I'm a news junkie, you know that. But I wasn't really into it until the verdict came up. And then, like I said, I was sitting there like, heart beating fast, like, as if you waiting for your mama to come home because you're going to get a beating when you get, because she told you on the phone, I'm going to whoop your ass when I get home. Well, that's how Miss Carol used to. I'm going to beat your ass when I get home. And you sitting there like, looking at the watch. Oh, shit, she could walk. She could get off the bus right now. Oh, no, here it comes. Because the way we grew up, real quick, real funny. So the way we grew up, we were like 4 houses from the corner. So you could actually see the bus stop. So I could actually sit there in the living room window and see the bus pulling up, like, oh shit. So you see her as she walking up the street, like what kind of look she got on her face? Yeah, it's gonna go down today. She really gonna beat my ass. Because I was always doing something, Seabreeze. I stayed in trouble.
Yeah, I stayed in trouble even though I wasn't always doing something. I just was always in trouble anyway.
I was always doing either.
You know what? I just had a thought. Maybe that's why I find some compassion, because I used to get my tail beat for nothing, for stuff other people did. I used to get in trouble all the time. And, you know, it didn't matter what I said. It didn't matter what I did. I just had to take it.
So you're an underdog sympathizer.
Yes, I am. Because I was an underdog. I was an underdog.
I think we got one.
We thought, all right. Chauncey said he was going to go to Negril, Jamaica. Oh my God, I want to go there so bad. Monica went to AC and spent a day relaxing.
Seabreeze, we got one. We got one, Seabreeze.
All right.
Go ahead. Tell us who you are, caller.
Hey, family. This is Jamie Smith. Big fan of Send over the years.
Thank you. Welcome.
Yep.
So what's on your mind, James? Thanks for calling. What's on your mind?
Hey, yeah, didn't want to call because I was in the military over the years, and went other countries. But it seems like I've had more peace of mind in other countries than back in America. And I'm just surprised more of us don't have PTSD, because it's like turning the news every day, just turning on the news, and just life period here in America is just off the chain. And I was, have two sons, one is 6'3" and one is 6'4". So they look like grown men, but they're not yet. And I'm not worried about myself. I'm just more worried about them. I got Life 360 on their cell phones, so I can know exactly where they are every day.
How old are they, James?
My oldest, 18 and 16.
Okay.
So, they're athletes and everything, but it's just being stressed out, worrying about them every day. But my oldest said, Dad, he said, black folks is like the Black Panther suit. He says, he said, your grandparents and your generation have gotten beat on, pounded on. But he said, my generation is at the point where we're going to knock people out. I mean, we're not going to take it anymore. So I said, well, I guess you're right. So it's just, we're at that point now. It's like the Black Panther suit. It's like their energy is going to do something now instead of just holding it to ourselves.
Wow, that's deep. What do you guys say, Seabreeze? That's deep.
Yeah, I think emotions and the way people deal with stuff shifts. It changes, and it has to. That's evolution. You know what I mean? You can only be a certain way a certain amount of time, and honestly, because there are those mantle and go the other way and pray. There's just all kind of people doing it all different kind of ways, but life's been going on too long. You gotta put your dukes up.
That part,
right?
That part. You agree with that, James?
Right. Oh yes. Well, like I say, I'm a father, so I can't knock somebody out because I got a job, and I gotta, take care of my family and everything. But, like I said, the generation coming up now, they're not going to take. It's like we're at their last rope. They're not going to take this nonsense with racism.
That part. James, we really appreciate you calling in, brother. We appreciate, and I'm sure Cindy appreciates you being one of her big fans. I'm sure you do appreciate
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, well, I love your show. I love y'all. And just keep doing what
Call in again, please join us.
Thank you, James. We appreciate you, bro.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye. Hey, see, he had a good point. That's why I asked him how old his boys. They're at that age.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know,
exactly.
I know we're not trying to. You know, this just goes to show. See, this shows how important this case is because we keep trying to get off, and it keeps coming back to that because that was a big deal. This is a big deal. This is a major precedent to have cops basically go against their own, and everything was right there. It was right there in front of us. So we're going to be talking about this for a while.
It was an easy case to try. Yeah. But you know, the difference between kids now and kids before is kids before were so kept down. You know what I mean? That's why it was such a huge deal in the 60s when they fought back like they did, because literally it was legal to hang Black people. You know, we're freaking out about this modern day lynching. Those lynching days. So for them to come out in the 60s and start fighting like they did peacefully, huge, scary thing that did. My dad, my uncles, and my aunts, they were there, right? Whereas today, we've had some empowerment.
Now
we're still getting killed, but it's now empowered, and we are not as afraid to fight as we were back then.
Now I'm showing off. I'm reading. He says I agree with caller. I have a son, and constantly, and yeah, I can see that. You celebrated by watching Redman versus Method Man versus. We're gonna get into that a little bit later because I missed it because I was doing something else. But Method Man versus Redman, two smokers on 420 day. Shit. Anyway, can you read what Monica said? Because Monica wrote a whole book.
It's the same difference with her son. She said her son is 5'11" and he's still a kid, but they don't look at him like that. They said he's older. So it's kind of scary for her. Yeah. It looks like we're gonna probably stay on this subject.
You know what? Let me say something first. Hold on. Okay. I'm having some issues. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Listen, here's the thing. I don't see why it should matter whether or not what the height is of the young man or any of that, because right is right and wrong is wrong. Period. T. That's just another reason to be for the systemic racism. Okay, so he's 5'11".
It's an excuse.
You ain't got no 5'11" white
It's
kids.
an excuse.
Right. That's my point. That is yes. That is the.
They're just trained to be afraid of us. If they're 4'8", children, babies, little ones have been murdered. They're just trained to be afraid of us. It doesn't matter how short or tall. The color, the skin of the color, if it's darker than white, they are trained to be afraid of us. And I've witnessed this. I've seen this so often, my father talked about it. Black cops are trained to be worried about Black people.
Remember what Clifford said last week a week before last on your show? No, not Clifford. I think it was your brother, William Lee. I mean, not William Lee. Michael Lee.
What he said.
And if you remember, I asked, I'm like, well, what is up with this quota thing? Because I've asked about it many times. I just like different people's opinion. And it's a way to make money. And they're taught to go into Black neighborhoods to keep their quota, because don't do it in your own types of neighborhoods. Do it with people that don't look like you, that are easy to get. and get away with it.
It is. That's that quota. And they have to change that. That has to change. I mean, I remember my father, I talked about it the other day. My father would talk about, okay, got to get my quota, got to get this. And so his thing was speeders, he could get people that were speeding, and that was very easy to do. But other people don't want to be in their car sitting there bored doing that. They'd rather go out where the action it is and get a child,
It's just amazing. I want y'all. I'm going to go a little bit left field just for a minute because I want to throw something at y'all. Seabreeze and I and myself have been discussing taking this show on the road in the summertime. If there's a city that's on the East Coast that we can get to, kind of let us know that you might want us to stop through your city if we can work it out and do maybe a live show from your city. So far, we're looking at cities like New York, Philly, Baltimore. Did you say El Paso?
Yeah, I want to, if I got to figure out how, because my daughter gets out of college. I mean, she gets a week break at that exact time during June 19th. But El Paso would be a great place to do a show for Juneteenth. I guess it doesn't have to actually be on the day, but can be the week of.
And speaking of, wait a minute. I want to set this up right. Speaking of Sophia, she got a lot of good feedback. I posted the picture, Black CNN picture, on Facebook a few days ago.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll tell her.
People love it. I'm going to go look. I'm actually getting ready to put it so you guys can see it right now. Actually, excuse me. It was a great picture. She's so talented. That's all I can say.
Yeah, Sophia is. I actually used for last week's promo for Jonathan and Nikki. I used one of her paintings in my promo because it was free. But she's really good. She's good. She's very good at a lot of things. A little one.
She is really, 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 really good. Like I wanted to share this with everyone. So I'm doing some slick stuff. I'm doing some tech stuff. As we speak, Seabreeze, I'm doing some tech stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just that good. Just that good. Okay, I'm going to share it right now. Hold on. Just a minute. I'm just sharing the picture. That's all. Share screen. I want you guys to see this. This is a really, really good picture. I'm telling you guys will love it. Oops, wrong one.
I see it on Facebook.
You see it on Facebook?
Yeah, but it's not on here.
No, I didn't share it yet. I'm getting ready to share it now. Just give me a minute.
Hey, Audrey. What's up, girl?
Hey, Audrey. How are you? I remember Audrey. We had Audrey on the show, didn't we?
Yes, we did. And she said, hello from Singapore. So sad to still hear about all the racial profiling and bias that's happening. Yeah, girl. We in America, it's out in the open. You know what I mean? I mean, literally, we just got rid of a president that did it himself, and made it okay to do, so.
Could you imagine now? That's a good point, Seabreeze. Could you imagine how this would have went down if that fool had still been?
If that dude had said there's good people on every side yesterday, wow.
Yeah, could you imagine how that would have went?
I can't imagine. I'm so glad that we got somebody that makes sense. And the thing about it is you may not love him. And I know there's lots of people that don't love him, but at least he makes sense. He does things that make sense, you know, love or not.
Love him, love him or not, yeah. That part.
So what are people saying, Audrey? What are people saying about what's going on here in Singapore?
There you go. Look at that.
Yeah, that's Sophia's. She did a little promo for us for a comprehensive news network. I had her do that because we didn't want to make it just about colored folks.
Yeah, that part. But
we had the black in there already. So comprehensive news network, CNN. Mm-hmm.
Don't you like that, y'all? She did a really good job. Somebody actually commented on the picture, said looks like a movement has started.
Yeah. I mean, that's the other thing about Trump, though. You know what I mean? He really motivated the movement. He really did. He really motivated the movement, because if it had somebody like, say, Pence, who knows how to speak a little, even though he has the same hate, maybe, I don't know, he wouldn't have said so many stupid things. Trump's arrogance started people my daughter's age to listen to the news, to participate, to march, to do all these things. They didn't give a crap about politics before him. Even when Barack Obama was in there, people didn't care, but they got mad with Trump. They got super mad. If the George Floyd murder had happened when Barack Obama was president, we may not have had these changes, because they had him all hemmed up. We may not have had some of these changes. So James said we never would have heard from Trump like we heard from Biden and Vice President Harris.
He would have said, "Oh, it's a travesty. Justice has not been." Oh, he would have.
Yeah. So
we're not going to take another break, Seabreeze. We only got 30 minutes left, so we're just going to keep it moving.
Okay. Cliff said the sheets are off now. Exactly. The sheets are off. People let you know. People are letting you know who they are because of Trump. So as awful as he is, he opened the door to reality and truth to come out. And Cliff said that he unlocked white generational superiority DNA. Audrey said in Singapore, they don't really talk about the race issues in the US. But they did look at the Capitol storming, George Floyd murder, and racial profiling, and shake their heads at the insanity. Yeah.
How could you not? No matter where, you could be from Mars and like, this is crazy.
Mm-hmm. It is. It don't even seem to make sense. It's just so, I mean, really think about it. How dumb is it that you think you're better because your skin is white? That's just the dumbest thing.
But when you're taught that from generations, it's embedded.
You know, and the thing is, they were taught that for money's sake. They did not, the higher ups did not want poor people banding together, so they created a lie that white is better than black. There didn't used to be no white and black. There was Irish, there was Scottish, there was British, there was Ethiopian, there was Nigerian, there was it wasn't no such thing as black, white, yellow, red, or anything. It was just, the Cherokees, the Blackfoots, and it was the tribe you were from.
It was tribal.
Yeah, it was not about the color of your skin until all these poor people started banding together. The poor whites, the poor blacks, the Asians, the Hispanics, the Mexicans, whoever. They all were coming together, and they were going to stop these few rich masters from doing what they were doing, because they were just on every race. White people were slaves first. Mm-hmm. They were slaves, not just indentured servants. They were slaves before they became indentured servants, and they weren't strong enough. So they went down the line, killed the Native Americans. They came up with this whole black, white, yellow, whatever, brown thing to keep us apart. And it worked. And it needs to come to an end.
That part.
Mm-hmm.
That part.
Yep. And it is coming to an end. That's what I believe. It's coming to an end.
Well, it's the same as the whole insurrection thing came up about a lie. That lie was perpetuated by white supremacists. And I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. Donald Trump is a white supremacist sympathizer.
I mean, his father was a grand whatever in the Klan.
Grand Wizard, yeah. So he's a supremacist. He's a white supremacist. So that lie was put out there because they want to be in power so that they can still feel privileged. Right now, their white privilege means nothing. In these current days and times.
Audrey said something interesting. She said the sad thing is this color issue is pretty bad in India too. Lighter skinned Indians are still seen to be superior to darker skinned Indians by the Indians themselves. But the black people do it too. Light skinned blacks, dark skin, we do it too. It's just, it's ingrained in us. Lighter is better. And as a light person, lighter ain't better. Okay. You know, James said they're realizing that they're becoming the minority in this country. Yeah, they are, because we're all mixed up. More and more people starting to look.
Let's go back to the Republican Party. The Republican Party is done. Done.
That's what it looks like.
And they tried to come at Maxine Waters to do the, you know how the Republicans do.
Oh, goodness gracious. But yet their girl, Marjorie Greene Taylor, last week tried to start a white supremacist caucus.
A white supremacist caucus.
Yes. Anglo-Saxon caucus. But they mad at Maxine Waters for saying we need to march if it's a not guilty verdict. It's insanity, man.
So then the judge turns around and says, well, I wish that politicians would stay out of it. But yet Trump said that those ungrateful sons of bitches that play for the NBA should play and shut up.
Exactly. In the shithole countries, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Et cetera, yeah.
Cliff said a good book for everyone to read is The Color Complex. So I'm gonna write that down. And then Earl, hi, honey. He says,
hello, Earl.
He says, what do you think that the white gangs in jails, do you think they would protect Derek Chauvin, or do you think that he will be sent to a country club federal prison?
First of all, he's going to do state time because of what he's convicted, and he doesn't qualify for a country club. Country clubs are usually federal. This is not a federal. This is a state charge. He's going to go to the penitentiary. He's going to go to a special block, like I said earlier, just for cops. And I believe those cops on that block will turn their back on him. He crossed the line. Yeah,
he did. He got them in trouble. He got cops in trouble. They were getting away with everything. And now he has made their lives crazy hard. Michael said,
and my mom used to say he done fucked up the church's money.
Yeah, right? Michael said some days he's embarrassed to be white. Yeah, well, I understand that, man. Sometimes I'm embarrassed to be half white. But I love my mama. But I understand what you're saying. You know. Shoot, DJ, you should be ashamed of that percentage of white you got in you too.
Well, see, I try to use that to my advantage when I work. Hey, how are you doing? How would you like for me to help you today?
Or as Eddie Murphy might say, you know.
Because, you know, I'm going to tell you something. I didn't know my camera was on. I'm sorry, Seabreeze, you're talking to my overlay. Because being a building engineer, especially for hotels, you know, you have to have that customer service. So I come up there, hey, how about I help you today? Oh, that's not a problem. I'll take care of that before you walk out, bitch. You know.
But that's not white. That's just English, okay? That's the language we speak. That's not white.
Because you know, everybody in the black house, your mama do got that white voice. Y'all stop fucking. I'm gonna whoop your motherfucking head. You stop that. Hello, hi, hey, how are you? Yes. Are you calling from the census? How are you?
You speak differently to different people. You have to. And it cracks me up. People just like, this is just who I am. You know, I'm just this way. No, you're not. Everybody got different voices, depending on what you're trying to get done. Everybody got different voices. Because when you go to the bank and try to get the bank to loan you some money, hello, how are you? You don't go there, yo, what up, cuz? I need about 10 stacks. You know what I mean? I got this drawing I'm trying to work on. No, you will be turned away immediately, and you better change your clothes too. You better walk in there in some nice jeans and a button down.
Well, I'll at least have a button down, but you have to know something about me, Seabreeze. I hate ties. You will never.
Well, I didn't say a tie though. Ties are kind of out now. You don't have to do a tie anymore.
You know, the last time I wore a tie, honestly,
when?
And that tie went with my mother. The day of the funeral, I wore a tie then because I knew that she always liked to see me dressed up. She's like, "You dress like a hip hopper all the time." Yeah, because that's what I am. That's who I am. But I can remember emphatically because my mom, you know, always had a government job. So I remember I'd be coming down there to the job, because she worked for the city. Man, I'll be coming down here with, you know, pants hanging, not hanging, but the loose shorts and the Timbs and the.
Let me tell you a story. But before I do, right? Let me tell you the story. Before I do though, Audrey said that what they were mad about in Singapore and other Asian countries was that they were beating up old Asian aunties. That really got them going. And yep, they look down on too here. Okay, but what the story I was going to tell. So last summer, Sophia had to get her Indiana license, or not license. She still doesn't have a driver's license, but her ID. Yeah, she had to get her ID because she wanted to vote. And I took her to it's not called the DMV here. It's called something else, B something, whatever. And she wore these torn up jeans, and she had she got her little piercings and her little really short hair, and, you know, her funky Sophia, true to her look. You know, Sophia don't take a hat off. She got a knit cap on all the time, right? Knit hat. And I told her before we left, don't dress like that, love. Please, I know that's who you are. This is me. I know this is you. Like that. It's going to be a problem. She didn't listen to me like kids don't listen to their parents. I took her there. She went in to get her ID, and she had all her stuff that she needed. But on one piece of mail, it didn't have her full name because her name is Sophia Gabrielle Plummer. So the ER was missing because it's so long on one document. And she said they looked her up and down and they were like, no, we're not going to give you an ID here. No, no, you don't have all the things you need. And she said, well, my mother is outside and she's got her stuff and she's got her ID. Can I? No. And so he said, well, can I speak to somebody? So she called a girl, looked Sophia up and down, and said, nope, we're not giving you anything. That was about them not wanting another nigga child.
See, but I have a
voting
problem
in
with
Indiana.
That. She could have had a bear suit on. I don't care. Your job is to process all applications.
Of course. But they were being out and out racist right in front of her.
Yeah,
and then so I was mad. I was like, let's go home. Fine. We went back that same day. I was like, I don't care. We got to stand in this line for 3 hours. And I want to see these. I want them to do this to me. Of course, we had someone totally different. And the lady was like, ain't no problem with this. We got it. Sure, we got all these other documents. We have everything here. There's no problem. And they were over in the corner watching. Woo, baby. I was angry. But it was
See, I wouldn't
because of the fact that she was a Black woman, and it was also because of the way she was dressed. You know, you at the very least need to. It shouldn't. It should not count. Yeah, Earl said that everyone will speak in a certain way for their respective agendas. Exactly. The way I'm speaking, I speak to my children that I teach. You know. That's
I ain't gonna lie.
Of course.
I ain't gonna lie. Like if I was going on a job interview, I get real Bobby Blue-eyed. Yes, hello, how are you? Yes. You know, like I could be that type of social media person. And today in the news in Washington today, that's just not me, man.
But you do have to. That's why it's good to do the job that you want to do, so you can be yourself all the time, right? You're not going to be working in a bank, okay? You're not going to be doing, certain things because that's not your person. That's why Sophia told Sophia, are you sure you want those piercings? And all those tattoos? Because your job, she's like, I'm not going to do any of that kind of crap that I can't. It's like, okay.
You know what? I wouldn't do good. I wouldn't work good in the bank because I could see me now. I'd be out there looking at the plans, trying to set up some shit. Yo, Pookie, listen, meet me down here at 5:30. I got the hookup. I got the whole plans to the. That's just me. But I'm just not a public servant. Like, I don't know how my mom did it for 27 years. I don't know how she did it. Just sitting there talking
I'm
to
a
people
chameleon.
about their taxes.
I can work anywhere. I just don't want to. But I'm a chameleon. I really am an actress. I can be myself, but yet fit in, because think about it. I went to school in Southside Chicago. Hardly anybody looked like me. Definitely none of them had a white mama. Okay. It was all Black, dark-skinned brothers and sisters there. Okay. I fit in. Then I moved to Muncie, Indiana.
The girl in Cooley
Where it was
High,
almost all.
Remember the light-skinned girl from Cooley
Well,
High?
I'm not talking about Cooley High. I'm talking about my school.
Oh, it's
My
Chicago.
school.
That's why I said that.
Chicago's a great big place. But in my neighborhood, everybody looked like you, not me. Okay. And darker than you, way dark. And they still do because it stays segregated.
Really?
Same size. Yeah. Same thing on the west side. Everybody stick to where they don't leave. Right. Whereas in Muncie, it was all white. There are a few Black people sprinkled in there. So I had to learn how to exist in multiple.
So either way, you
worlds.
had to learn how to fit in.
You always, being an actress, you playing different roles. You got to learn how to communicate. Spike Lee had to teach me how to curse right, though, because I was bad at it. Because my family, religious, church family, and my father, though he was not religious, was very much about speaking a certain way in front of his children. He grew up poor, but he was very, very proper in his English. But honey, by the time I turned 21, Daddy was cussing everybody out.
Well, Spike must have taught you well because Clark was cussing up a storm. Had the neck moving and everything.
He did. Oh, I was one of them people. I was one of those people that was like, shit, fuck, shit. Really bad at it. I was really bad. People made fun of me. Nobody could be mad at me if I was cussing them out when I was in elementary school because I sounded so stupid.
Wow.
Wow. But much to the consternation. Is that the word? Lee, who doesn't curse at all. He never curses. Much to his dismay, I learned a little bit too well because it'd be slipping out. I can cut it off, but in my everyday, don't make me mad.
My mama was.
Yeah, Audrey said he was distinguished, well-read, and deep thinking. Yes, he was.
My mom was just that. She was distinguished, well-read, but she was ignorant. She would really say some ignorant shit to you to really hurt your feelings. My mom was cutting with it. Like, all right, let me keep it real. You know how I get real deep, petty, and just say ignorant shit. Make somebody
You a product of your mama. In other words, you a product of your mother.
My mom would say some real deep, and it'd be some real prophetic shit. But you'd be like, damn, she just ripped my whole soul out.
But you know what? I have that same gift. Person, I know how to communicate, and that I can say the perfect thing to make you feel better, see things in a different way, but I also can hurt you to the core.
Oh, I can make you get
I can hurt you to the core, and I don't have to curse to do it, but I choose not to do that. I have to choose not to do that because that's abusing my gift of communication.
Sometimes
and understanding people.
You know, sometimes you gotta tell me, Eddie, no, don't say that. That's not nice. Well, I've said some stuff in the past. And you're like, you need to apologize, man. Fuck that. I ain't apologizing. This is my show. You need to apologize. That was really, really bad. And then I think about later, like, yeah, she's right. All right,
I am truly your big sister. Thank God she listened to me once in a while. You're better than my brothers were. My brothers looked at me like, get out of my face. They used to call me Goody Two Shoes. Get out of my face, Goody Two Shoes.
Well, yeah, sometimes
Cliff, I've been like this my whole life.
Yeah, sometimes you do be on that Goody Two. No, that's not good.
It's just who I am. Shoot.
All you have to do, just give a public apology. Don't, just say, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend anyone, but I did mean to offend.
But this is business, though. You know what I mean? It is not in our job description to offend people. That's just not in our job description.
True.
Be honest. You can be honest without offending. You can tell the truth without hurting people. You can. It's possible. I do it every day.
Well, that's not my agenda to hurt people. It's just,
I know.
It comes out that way. How did you explain it? What you said because of the how did you put it? My mannerism, my tone of voice. People don't get me, so they're automatically. Because I'm going back to the whole doctor thing when me and Shelly went to the doctor, and the guy was like really automatically,
Well, that goes back to that black fear of black people, and when that Afrocentric stuff comes out in your tone, they get so scared. Yes, Robert, Goody Two Shoes, isn't that crazy, brother? Hey, my other little brother. Well, I think you little brother, big brother. Well, he's absolutely a big brother, but yes, they call me Goody Two Shoes, and I think they still do.
No, when I went to the doctor, I don't think it was me being Afrocentric. I was startled when he said what he said. I'm like, wait a minute, what? This is the first time hearing this. Oh, I don't want to work with you. What? I'm confused. I'm not angry. I'm confused. But he was treating me like an angry black man.
He saw black. He heard black in your voice. Even though you weren't like questions, he was like, I don't want to get into this with you, because he has no bedside manner. He's a terrible communicator, as so many doctors can be. Woo, honey, there's this doctor. I'm telling you, there's one person in this world that if I ever saw her face to face, she's a doctor, she would get the Clark Benegor version of me.
Oh, wow. What did she do?
Yes. Oh, it's too bad. I can't even talk about what she did. It was so bad. I can't talk about it, but But she's the only person in the world that I got to find that compassion for, because if I ever saw her, I do not, because she hurt my baby. She hurt my daughter.
Yeah.
And I am a mama bear. I will tear your face off. You mess with my cubs. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I didn't realize it at first. Shelly had to break it down to. Remember, I told you Shelly had to, because I was like, when we were leaving home, I'm looking at, I'm like, Shell, what just happened? And she was like, you don't get what? No, what the? I'm lost. She's like, he saw that big old black man, and you raised your voice not because you were being the angry black man. You raised your voice because you were like startled. Like, what are you talking about? You know. And he got scared and just didn't want to deal with, and just pawned you off to somebody. And that's what they do to us. They pawn us. Getting back. I hate to go back to George Floyd. They tried to dehumanize him, and that's what they do to us.
Every time. And the media is just as bad. The media makes it worse. They always talk about anything that dehumanizes. When they talking about, I mean, I've seen actual clips next to each other. How they talk about people of color and how they talk about white folks is different language, different terminology, and they are taught to do that crap. Okay, Friday Phil, thank you. He said, goody two shoes, Cinder with any two shoes, looking not just good, great. Hi, thank you.
They really called you good.
Oh, all the time. It would make me so mad. That would make me want to fight him. I would be losing a goody two shoes because I hated being called that. I hated being called half-breed. I hated being called wigger. I hated being called all those things, but a goody two shoes was the worst.
Wow.
Yeah.
Since I wanted, if you're listening, since you're welcome. She just texted me. I sent her a last week's show. By the way, Sinsen, if you're listening, are you listening, Sinsen? Are you here? Are you still there? Because I thought I saw.
Yeah, she's still here. She was here just a few minutes ago. Yeah, she's still here.
So Sinsen, real quick before we get off the air, Seabreeze did listen to our little.
Yes, I did.
Show, and she thought it was a fun show. She enjoyed listening. So I just wanted to tell you that.
I just want to hear you. The music was either too loud or whatever, but I wasn't always hearing some of the funny stuff you were saying. You were saying a lot of funny stuff. I want to hear you more. So maybe a better mic or something, or just.
No, it's not a mic. He just has to project.
Project. Yeah. Make sure that somebody across the room could hear you. That's how loud you gotta be. But it was what I could hear was hilarious, and I loved it. It was a great show. My friend Audrey said, I get it if my Singaporean friends get startled by the way an African American speaks emphatically or dramatically, but why aren't white Americans used to it? They've just been taught to fear it. They've been taught to fear it, and that's been taught since they were babies. That's scary.
I truly was not raising my voice, Breeze. I was like, he made a comment. I'll tell you what he said. I can't help you. You got glaucoma. Glaucoma. Wait a minute, what? This is a new one. What are you talking about? I thought I was coming here to get my lens. What? Whoa. Oh, I don't want to work with you. This patient doctor relationship has just been severed. By who? You?
Yeah, he wanted you to say, okay, doctor, anything you say, doctor. That's what he expected, because
I wasn't even being, I wasn't being rebellious. And I was confused. Like, what are you talking about? And
it's interesting. Yeah. It's interesting what Audrey said about, Singaporeans being startled. Singaporeans aren't only, I think they're getting used to Europeans there because they're around, they have a lot of Europeans living there, and they're so obnoxious to Singaporeans. Singaporeans don't love us because we're loud and brash and pushy. But Singaporeans, get all up in your boundaries. Okay. Don't say what my experience was. Will get all up in your boundaries, especially, you know, certain ones that you go to the wet market and they're all up in your face. Or they'll come up to you and they'll say with manners, you're fat. You know what? You are so fat. You probably should lose weight. Singaporeans, okay? So they may not be loud, but they were rude as F, okay?
That's rude. That is rude. Like, who asked you?
She said they can be loud and emphatic also.
Like,
and she also said that doctor wasn't keeping his Hippocratic oath, which is what we talked about. He wasn't. Do no harm. He was doing harm by far. And so many of them, especially Western doctors, do. They're rude.
Once I found out what was going on, once Shelly broke it down to me, because we got in the car, I'm like, Shelly, what just happened? And she broke it down. I'm like, then I was angry. She was like, would you really want somebody like that working on you?
Exactly.
I'm like, yeah, you got a point.
He told you who he was. He did. Yeah. He told you who he was. Hey, Nancy.
So we got about 5 minutes left, Seabreeze, and then we got a 2-hour break. I'm going to DoorDash. Why do DoorDashers get mad, get angry when I tell them to leave the food at the door? I don't want any physical interaction with you. Why do they get angry with that? Why do they fill up someone?
No. Well, you need to try some Uber Eats because they don't want to see you. They're like, okay, leaving it there.
They call you like during that. Yes, leave it at the door as instructed. You can hear them all sucking it. I don't want to see you.
Yeah. The Audrey says Singaporeans have no censorship on their ignorance sometimes. Welcome to the club, humanity.
You know what? Well, I got my filter isn't that great either. But you gotta give it to me, Seabreeze. I am so clean and so nice on the PPC radio show.
He has been really good. And are we going to accept calls there too, or because Shelly's doing it, we can't?
No, we can still do it.
If we accept calls, please don't curse, because we're on morning shows several places, so we can't curse. So come on, join us on the show, but you can't curse.
Yes, this number, folks, is for the whole station, not just for this show. So if there's any DJ on that you're listening to live and you want to talk to them, and if they have the capability, everybody doesn't have the capability. So, but anyway, yeah, this is a station number, not just the Melanated Morning Show number.
All right. Well, it's been a great show. I'm glad a lot of people got to vent. And thank you for our callers. Please continue. Please come back tomorrow. We'll be back same time, same station, tomorrow.
So what I want y'all to do is go get yourself some lunch, as I'm about to do, and then come back for the PPC radio show. I'm going to continue to enjoy 420 day, even though this is 421 day, you know, the day after when you realize you got to take that surprise drug test. Yeah. But
Javette, I'm sorry I missed your comment. It was a good one. I missed it somehow. But tomorrow, talk more.
Archie says we're fun. We're fun. She says we're fun.
Join us. I know it's late in Singapore, but it's not today. You're a night owl. If you're after a show, come on back, girl. I love you. And bring your friends. I want to interview Janice. Anyway. And Christina. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm talking to Audrey. Maybe I should reach out to her.
Reach out to Audrey. Thank you, Audrey, for coming through. Thank everybody for coming through. We'll see you guys tomorrow. As my mom always said, to thy own self be true. That means be true to yourself. If you can't be true to yourself, why are you here? That part. Okay?
God bless you. That's a wrap.
The Melanated Morning Show with DJ Kid Disco and co-host Cinda Williams.